guys, and welcome back. So, today is another budget review. I believe this is number 16. Could be wrong, but I think it's number 16. And for those of you who are new to my budget reviews, I chose the sorry if you heard my cat running through the background. He's got the zoomies. But yeah, no, I'm using the Hemlock and Oak 2023 daily planner. I love this planner. I love the build of it, and it's just perfect for my budgeting needs for this year. So, let's go ahead and do a quick flip through to see what is going on this week. So, the way that I set my budget planner up is for the 2 years at a glance overview page. I took all of the debts that I need to pay off. So I did the projected dates. I used the Stebit website, which is like the debt payoff planner app. I do have a link to that down below in the description. I entered in all my information for that, and it listed off like a payment plan for me. And what we see here in the pink, those are the projected months that these accounts are supposed to be paid off. So again, if I do follow that payment plan, all of my stuff should be paid off by November of 2024, which, whenever I first started this, it didn't actually seem possible, but we are cruising right along. We hit some speed bumps and that along the way, but for the most part, we are still on track. So, I mean, that's good. That's good. And again, like the way that I use this is these are the projected payoff dates here, highlighted in pink. I have no idea why I picked that color. It's just a color that I picked. And then I wasn't going to do this part. This was just like a spur of the moment thing. And basically what I did is the account that I was focusing on, I listed off to the side, and I just started highlighting in that color just to, I don't know, I think I was curious to see how long it would take me to pay off each account. So, like, Walmart's the easiest one. It's blue, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It took me 4 weeks to pay that off. Kohl's, again, was the green. Best Buy was just kind of one of those things of where it's, yeah, I mean, the Yins probably know you just have that one account that annoys you, and you're like, you know what, I'm done with this. And I did have the means to pay it off, just the remainder of the balance and that, and I just paid it off, and we got that thing out of the way. I moved on to Capital One. Um, yeah. This card about made me lose my mind, but again, it's done with, it's over with, and we moved on to Gazelle, which is going quite smoothly. So again, I'm staying on track here. And, we should have this one paid off by next week, which means that our next card of focus would be the city card. So, I mean, that's kind of nice. Like I said, like this originally was not going to be a page that I wasn't going to use at all. And this is actually turning into one of my favorite pages in this book. Just because it is showing me, like, yeah, it feels like it's never ending, but at the same time, like, I am actually getting to visually see my progress on this page. So, yeah, I mean, I never actually would have thought that I would have enjoyed looking at this page, but this is one of my favorite pages. So, after we have the 2 years of at a glance page, they give you the 1 year at a glance, and the first thing that I did was I just listed off all my paydays. Again, I really wasn't sure what I was going to do with this, so I just decided, like, okay, what are the things for this year that I need to plan ahead for, or that, like, I need to, um, just, like, keep in mind. So, of course, I started with the focus cards, and then I started highlighting the day if I did pay them off for that month. It's like, okay, this is the day that it happened. It's kind of like a mini holiday for myself. Speaking of holidays, I highlighted all those in purple. Birthdays are in the blue. Vehicle expenses are in orange. Large amounts of funds moving in or out, those would be in yellow. Taxes I had marked. Um, I think the only thing that I've actually added to this after I had it initially set up would be if there's large amounts of funds, like an odd payment that I had to do that like really wasn't planned. So I mean, I marked those as well. So I'll mark them over here and then I'll put them in the calendar as well, just so I could kind of get a visual of like what's going on with my finances. And I mean, this is a nice quick way of seeing like how busy or unbusy the month was too. So like January was a really smooth month for me. Um, Not really too much happening. February got a little crazy. And that helped me understand, like, whenever things really went bad in March, I was able to come back to this page and just say, like, look, we had a lot going on. There was a lot going on in February, so of course, March had the trickle down effect. Um, Again, with April, I was trying to get back into the flow of things just because of how hectic March was because of February. So, like, one odd thing that happens in your budget, it can actually like affect you a month to 2 months later, if not more. We're about to see, but I think that we're starting to even things back out. So smooth sailing, hopefully, for the month of May. And the other thing that I did, which I wasn't gonna do, but I did start tracking my credit score, just out of curiosity, just to see how paying off my debts do affect that score. One thing that I learned a couple years ago is that if you pay off a large amount of your debt at one time, for some reason it makes your score drop. I've never actually understood the logic behind that, but my credit score did take like a big hit, and you would think it would be a good thing, but apparently in credit score world it's not. So I am kind of curious to see, like, with me actually paying this debt off, like, what's it doing to my score? So far, it's been good. So far, it's been slowly improving. You could see I even gained 10 points from January to April. So, I mean, I'll take it. You never know. Like, maybe we might actually get to a 700 by the end of the year. Uh, I could dream, right? So that's how I'm using these pages here. And okay, so with this one, I originally just started out with my starting balances. I just wanted to know like what they were at the beginning of the year, and then I was gonna compare them at the end of the year. This number like really scared me. I had no idea that I had it racked up that high. It's like, damn it, Sally. But you know what? It's okay because, as you saw, we have a plan, and the goal is not to accumulate more debt, to pay it off, to finally get this out. You know, because I mean, I've had many years with this. I don't want to do it no more. So that was the main reason for this page. And then I just thought about like how cool it would be to like actually, again, a visualization. I'm a visual person, probably why I'm into planners and that. But like I just wanted to see, okay, like yeah, I have these numbers, but how much am I actually paying off per month, and how close am I getting to this payoff goal? So at the end of every month, I total up like how much I paid off per my debts. I put that number here. I divvy up my block pieces. I know it says 104.99. I do use a 105. It's just easier mathematically. And then I just color in the little Tetris blocks. And so that's how I'm playing Tetris. Getting close to level 1, guys. So close. And okay, so that brings us to April here because we are still in April. And simply stated here, anything that is a must do, so it's not a variable, it's like my credit card payments, utilities, rent, health insurance, car insurance, like those type of bills, those are highlighted in the main color. Anything that's extra or optional, such as like my daily savings goal, the extra payments I'm making towards my focus account, those things are in the second color. So we have purple was the main color for April, yellow is the second color. So it gives me a visual of like when my bills are due for the month, but it also lets me know, like, to me, I consider these good things. So, like, how many good things am I doing to improve my budget and lower my debt? And how many of these must do's do I have? Now, do I still keep the accounts that like I paid off? Do I keep listing them on here? Yes. I know it seems a little weird, because like I haven't made a Lowe's payment in probably like a year. Um, I do that one as a friendly reminder just in case if I do use that account for something, I know when the thing's due. And two, like whenever I'm going to make these extra payments here, I'm not so angry, I guess is the best word that I'm coming up with now. I'm not so angry or frustrated about making that extra payment just for the fact that I could look at this and be like, okay, well, you used to have to owe Lowe's like 20. I used to have to owe Walmart 20 to 30. I used to have to owe JCP 20 to 30. I used to have to owe Cap P like 30. So, I mean, even if we just did it as an easy even 25, that would be 25, 25, 25, 25, that's 100. So last year at this time, I would have been dishing out $100 in these 3 days. Um, so if you take those two extra payments that I did right here, see, that's the $100. So, like in one way, I could look at this and be like, "Oh man, that sucks," but at least I'm paying down my debt. But then at the same time, I'm like, "Well, you would have been paying it anyways." But at least now it's actually making the accounts go down instead of it just being the minimum. So that's one of the reasons why I do keep the accounts on there that I did pay off. I guess if that's the best way I could explain it there. Again, I do have my daily savings goal. Uh, this originally started out with me literally going on to my banking app and transferring $5 into a savings account. So that's why it's called the daily. Uh, I'm gonna say like probably like 3 months into it is whenever it became natural for me to not need, which I'm gonna say need those funds in my bank. I just got used to not having them, so then I was able to just make it to where each payday I put in a certain amount. The easiest way is that since it's $5 a day, I just take $5 times it by how many days there are in a month. So there's 30. So that gives me 150, and then I just split it up into two because I have two paydays. So that's where the 75 is coming from. Excuse me, guys. And so my next goal would have been no cards. Again, this was really easy, amazingly, at the very start of this, okay? So January I did really good. February I did good. March, March is the month where I learned that I was doing a little too much on my extra payments, and that, like, I was taking too much out of my actual funds, which made me go back to the cards. Shame on me, right? So, like I said, you learn as you go through. So, I came very close to doing 90 days card free. And in April, we kind of had the trickle down effect from March, like I was talking about earlier. And I did really good. And it's just something about the ease and the convenience of using those cards, guys, that it's so difficult not to, at least for me. But again, like I said, like we are getting back on track. And I'm not gonna try to beat myself up too much about it. As long as I'm not going out and making like large purchases. But we're also going to see here later on about how those small purchases on that card can quickly add up. So, again, baby steps here. Again, I had the payoff. The capital P card was my main focus. We got that taken care of on the 9th, so he's paid off. The next one would have been Gazelle. Um, I set this up probably like mid March, so the numbers, like what I thought I would have to pay off for this month, were off. Fortunately for me, because I mean, it's a lot less. I had projected like 180, 190, and it turned out it was only 139. So I just started with the 39 as the extra, and then I'm going to have two 50s to get that thing closed out by the end of this month. So I mean, that's a lot better than 362s, right? Okay, so another purchase that I made at the end of March, which in a way I was angry about, in another way it was like, okay, you know what, it's something that you wanted. It was a set of tanning lotion. Should I have bought it? No. Did I really need it? No. But I mean, it was a really good deal, and you know how hard it is to pass up a really good deal. Um, the thing that I found confusing, because I did check this out today, it was $61. I do remember making that purchase. I do see it on the Amazon card that I made that purchase. um, yeah, guys, I don't know what happened, okay? Like, I even went back through, I looked at the statement, I see the purchase. I know that I've made payments, but those payments would have been for Kindle, okay? Because I did the Kindle payment, and then I did the initial 30, okay? So that would have took 40. And somewhere along the lines, like, I don't know where the rest of this went to. But after I was done paying Prime, because Prime was charged onto it, so I paid that off. Somehow or another, it's telling me I only owe $5.81. I'm not going to argue it. I'm not going to question it. Was it supposed to be $31? Yes. But they're claiming it's only $5, and then my balance goes to zero. So, you know what? I was like, cool. And we paid that, and as far as they're concerned, that is paid off. I'm not going to question it. So, I have no idea. And so, I mean, I could check that off now because they're claiming it's a zero balance on the card now. So, cool. And, okay, so the other thing that I had is the Wonderium. That used to be charged every 3 months. It was $30. I sat and thought about it, and it was like, dude, you really, like in the wintertime, yes, I'll watch a lot of that. For now, no. So, you know, I just canceled it. I was like, okay, we don't need that. Curiosity, I was gonna cancel, and then it hit me, it's only 20 per year. That's like a buck something a month. Um, I'm willing to dish that out. To me, that's worth it. So it gives me another year. I mean, like if I really don't use it by this time next year, then yeah, we're just gonna get rid of that. But I mean, yeah, 20 a year. I'm fine with. I could do that. So, that is how I use my monthly glands. And let's get back to where we ended off last week. I believe this is where we're supposed to be because that would have been that. And then this is where we are now. So, yes, we are on the right week. So, um, you can see that, like I was explaining to you, is that, yeah, I'm being very bad. I'm being very bad and naughty with the credit cards lately. But, I had to, guys. I had to get this raincoat, okay? It was like one of those things, and I mean, I am still delighted with this purchase. I am not regretting it at all. It's like the coolest raincoat I've ever seen, and I've never actually had a raincoat, okay? So I was just tired of getting rained on. So I got that. Of course, I got the groceries, and you know, spring and summer's coming up, so we had to get shaving supplies, and those things are not cheap. The only thing that I can say that I'm not really that pleased or happy with is that these were purchases that were made on a credit card. that I knew I wasn't able to pay off that day. So that's where it's like, okay, I either need to start putting back funds for these things and pre planning it, or I just need to start spending less on other things. So, of course, I was like, okay, we need to get back on track. Again, we saw that I was doing really good in January and February. March, I kind of got off course, and we need to get back on course here. So, I made my original city payment. I made the extra gazelle payment that I talked about during the month thing. Um, yes, we did get pizza, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I'm a sucker for dining out. I am. I know I have. So that I mean the way that I'm seeing it is it was like you had the Easter holiday and then you got like the excitement with the new season of spring. So I'm really thinking that's where like the extra spending's coming from. Again, the city payment, um, the minimum is only 35. I am dishing out 100 on those because it's one of my 0% offers. I'm trying to get that thing paid off before that offer expires. So, it's like you got your good and your bad. So, yeah. The good thing is the city's balance is now less than 400. So, I mean, that's letting me know that like what I am doing, it is working. Um, so I mean that thing is pretty doable from what we saw earlier. I'm pretty sure I could get city paid off in May. So that would be really nice just to get that thing done and out of the way. Um, okay, so here we go again. I did purchase a mink the week before. I used that with like my holiday funds, gift cards type thing. So I did order one. My problem is I need to figure out what laser printer I'm getting to use it with. Again, I put out a memo on like Instagram and that. I've gotten nothing. Cause like, okay, the laser printer I literally will only be using for this purchase. I don't want to spend a ton of money on it just because it's only going to be used for this. But at the same time, like, I don't want to spend so low and get a junky one that's not going to give me the results that I want. So, yeah, laser printer shopping. I still have not selected one, and it does kind of make you feel silly because I have a mink sitting here. Can I use the mink? No, because I need the laser printer. So I do need to get on that. Maybe that's something I'll do later on today. Um, okay, so let's see here. What else do I got going on? Um, okay, another thing that I realized, which I don't know if I've explained this in the week before, but okay, so like I got everybody on the Vita Authority bandwagon here. It's seriously the best collagen that I've ever tried. This stuff is amazing. And people are noticing the change in me. So they're like, what are you doing? And it's like, I have to tell them, like, I've been taking this Vita Authority. Um, yeah. Of course, like, I'm the one that's bulk ordering it. And then they're paying me whenever, I give them the goods. And, dumbass me, never. I never put the funds in the ATM. So I've been paying for like everybody, and I mean, like, we're talking like $130 a month, so that could be what the issue is here from like March to April. I've been dishing that out of pocket, even though they've been paying me, like, I haven't been reimbursing myself. So that could be why the funds are getting so low. So yeah, I finally was like, dude, you like when they pay you, you got to put that into the Vita Authority savings account so that when it comes time to pay for it, like you're using the actual funds that they're giving you, instead of paying for it, yourself. Yeah, because we can't afford like 130 to like 200 some every month for like everybody. So that was one of the things that I did notice here, and it was like, God, like why do I do this to myself? Okay, so then we move on to Tuesday, and yeah, I got some stress shopping going on here. I do use the schedule as this because I mean, I didn't really know what to do with the schedule for a budget planner, but this has actually turned out to be like one of my favorite parts of this book as well. Um, when I do make a purchase, like I went to Starbucks and Taco Bell for break, so like yeah, I'll log the expense over here, but I'm also tagging what time I was there. Um, I was researching laser printers, so that would have been 10 a.m., 11. So these are normally not times that I'm like spending money. So this is giving me the red flag of like, hey dude, you're stressed. So like I'm getting very frustrated with the whole like I can't find a laser printer thing. So with me being actively on the phone and scrolling and looking for stuff, that's when it hit me like I'm all of a sudden looking for a treadmill. Do I want a treadmill? Yes. Um, is it necessarily that I get it right now? No. So we stopped looking for treadmills, okay? Because we need a printer, right? Printer first, okay? And that I don't know. It made me realize like it's that saying that so if you find yourself saying this when you're shopping for stuff, if I had a fill in the blank, I wouldn't feel this way. Dot dot dot. Okay. Um. Yeah. If I just had a treadmill and I'd be running on it all the time, I wouldn't feel like a lazy piece of crap, right? Okay? So, no, no. I'm feeling like a lazy piece of crap because I'm stressed out because I can't find a printer, okay? I need to find a printer so I could get moving with that. Treadmill ain't gonna save me. Treadmill maybe later on in life, but not right now. So that's that phrase that if I catch myself thinking that whenever I'm looking for something, it's like, no, that's emotional shopping. Buying that ain't gonna solve your problem. Um, okay, so then we move on to Wednesday. So we already see Monday, Tuesday, I'm stressed. Wednesday, I get even more stressed. I got called into work early. Schedule's just completely off. Of course, I sucked at work. So, I didn't even have time for break. So I did skip break, but after looking at this, it's like, you know what? It was actually really good for my budget because I was literally so busy and so off of like what I normally do that I didn't have time to spend. So I got a no spend day. Good for the budget, bad for the mind. And okay, so then we go into Thursday. So, of course, I'm at work at a different time. There's some things that like come to my attention, and I'm just like, oh my God, like this should have been taken care of like back in March. It was not. So, I woke up with, a motive on Thursday, and it was like, okay, we got to do something. We got to fix this. Basically, it's a hole in the wall. Are they going to patch it? No. There's like a bunch of ants pouring out of this thing. So I was like, okay, we got to find the cheapest way possible to fix this thing. So basically, I took saran wrap, I took a bunch of duct tape, we sealed it off, but then of course it looks hideous and no one wants to come into a classroom and see that. So once we got that sealed, I was like, okay, now I gotta cover it up. So of course, crafty me, I'm like, okay, we're gonna make a border, something that looks like it belongs, but I mean, it's makeshift. So yeah, of course, I go to Michael's. But I mean, hey, it gave me a chance to go and refuel my Jeep up. I do use the Giant Eagle Fuel Perks program, so I still had two 5-gallon tanks. So, filled that up, got the Jeep filled up for free. Went to Michael's, bought some stuff, went to work, crafted my little butt off, and of course, the sign lied. It said it was 7 yards of ribbon. It was not. It was only 3 yards. That's a big difference. So I had to go back. And of course, then I went to Dairy Queen because, I'm stressed out and ice cream's always great. And yeah, and of course, we had to go to Sheets. But this is something like whenever they told me the total, I was like, wow, damn, that's high. But never questioned it. They never scanned my card. They never scanned my card. I could have. It's $1.90, but technically, I mean, it would have dropped it down to 18. Um, So yeah, I need to realize like if they ever tell me that price again, I'll be like, scan my card. That's why I put it on the counter. So I was kind of like a little angry about that, but I did use my stash funds to cover the cost of the gift that I made. So again, that doesn't affect the budget at all, and I mean that's really why I have my stash funds to begin with. So we move on to Friday, which was payday, and okay, now I know it looks bad. I know it looks really bad. um, okay, I do have it's a $100 buffer in the PSECU account just because it is a loan and I don't want to mess that up. So I do have $100 in there as a buffer. So I did use that to pay PSECU before payday. It's just I have to put the $100 in there to redo the buffer. So this 100 really didn't come out until this day. It looks bad on paper, but I know what's actually happening in here. So yeah, this did not come out of the account until I got paid. So the bank account was not negative 52 at all. It's just I kind of do it this way to show myself like, hey, you were 50 short. So I mean, I wasn't 50 short, but I could have been if I wouldn't have had that buffer. So I mean, I know it looks bad, but it's not. But then at the same time, it is. It's showing me that I'm on the danger level. So, hence the whole payday to payday sucks thing. Um, I'm not used to being the whole payday to payday, but then again, it's because I wasn't paying off my debts. I wasn't making extra payments on them, so I am kind of missing those funds. I'm not used to not having that extra 100 to 200 that I'm paying off. So in a way it is kind of starting to affect my budget, but at the same time I'm trying to get myself used to not having those funds because again, I need to pay these things off. And from what we saw earlier, like what is it? It's nearly $1,000. $1,000 a month. So, I mean, if I just suck it up and get used to not having 200, if I get used to having 200 less each month, the end goal here is that I will have an extra 1,000 a month, which would be really cool because, I mean, that's a lot better than putting away $150 a month. I'd be putting away 1,000 a month. So, I keep trying to keep that in mind there. So, again, like I know that this sucks right now, but I'm trying to stay mindful. I'm trying to stay grateful that like yeah, it does suck, but I still have enough funds to cover my basic needs, and I do have enough funds to do the extra payments. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that can't say the same. So I'm trying to keep a grateful mindset there. And I mean that's pretty much it. So you can see like I got paid. Instantly it goes into the stash. Of course I have my daily funds. Um so now well then we got the utilities. This right here, this is the part of where I was like, ooh man, okay, so maybe I should have started doing this earlier, but then again I wasn't used to using the cards because remember, January, February was really good. March, I basically made it through the whole month, minus that last week. But this is the easiest way for me to see that I mean, it is. It's an eye opener. And it shows you how easy it is to rack up debt when you're just swiping the card and forgetting about it. For the most part, I'm using it for like groceries, gas, things like that, dining out, and it's like, whoa, these are adding up. So, the purchases I make now, the purchases I'm making today, uh, they may seem small and trivial, but they could really harm the goals and what I want later, which is to have all of this crap paid off. Because I don't want to do this no more. Do I like coming on and doing budget reviews with you? Yes. Is this actually holding me accountable and keeping me on track? Yeah. But I would like to come on and be like, hey guys, I put money in my savings account, instead of being like, hey guys, messed up and used my card again, Like, so I would like to change how I'm coming on here. Um, so yeah, of course, I did the main bills like I was supposed to. So Discover and Heating, those got taken care of. And then it was like, okay, you got to start going back and like whatever you did charge and you didn't pay that day, hence the no cards, because we could see like I did have the no cards. This was not a no card day because I, took care of these at another time. No cards, no cards. See, like this is bad. These are bad. These are bad days. So I went back through, and of course I thought I was just starting on the 13th, but something told me like you better flip through again, and I found these pesky ones in the beginning. See, I've already forgot about them. So I gotta track down where I put those on. And so yeah, like it did. It's like, look at this, guys. These two right here, this is 107. Of course I got my coat, but I'm gonna do that as a payoff for May. Because I mean I have all month of May to pay 50. I mean it shouldn't be that difficult. But these ones right here, it's like, what is this? Like I do remember, yeah, I had to get the charger. I had to, because that's, filming camera up there, see him? He can only be wirelessly charged. Now, did Ray fix my charger that night? Yes, he did, but I already had purchased it because I was like, oh my god, I don't have a charger. So, yeah, I completely forgot about that. Do I remember making the purchase? Yes, but in my mind, it's taken care of. It apparently has not been taken care of. So I gotta figure out how to. First, I gotta track down what I used to pay these, what card they're on, and two, I need to figure out if I can pay those off by the end of the month, while also getting all of these taken care of. And if you can see, payday isn't until the 5th in May, so I still have. It would be these. So it's like, Sally, what are you doing? It's like self-sabotage. So I did make that. I was actually kind of impressed. I only spent $31 in dining out for the week. So it's actually not that bad. And to me, I think if I would have made the meals at home and brought them in, I would have spent way more. Because one, the price of stuff at groceries, like at the grocery stores and that, it's getting crazy. So I know I would have spent way more than that. Two, I would have made it. It's either I would have forgot to taken it into work, so I would have paid for it at the grocery, forgot to take it with me, and still would have had to go and go through the drive-through, or I would have made it and then either ate it before going to work, or my son would have ate it while I was out. So again, I would have been going to the drive-through. So to me, that 30 ain't that bad. So I was pleased to see that. Um, Tomorrow, on the other hand, but then again, like I do know I tried to quit, guys. I really did, and my health declined like rapidly, and I did find out that there is a chemical in that I do need. Um, so that kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's like, okay, not that bad. I mean, we are still staying in a happy medium, but I mean, that does rack up. I mean, that's 1 week's worth of spending there on bulk. So, but I mean, hey, at least I covered those. Now I just got to figure out what to do with these. And that video's been pretty lengthy. I don't have like the mental energy boost that I normally do when I'm filming these. Um, you saw it was a beat down week. So, I mean, I think that's why this video is carried on as long as it did. But let's just get this closed up and, that way we can move on, and I'll see you again next week. So, Sunday, today, would be the last day. And as far as we're going here, I did make that additional payment onto Gazelle. So I'm literally $50 away from paying that account off. I want to say that's number 5. Are you number 5, Gazelle? one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, fifth account. So if I get that paid off, that's five accounts in the fourth month of 2023. So that's not bad. That is way better than what I thought January 1st. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And so in one way, yeah, I did. I just wanted to do 100 and just be like, bye bye, we're done. But after being aware of this, it was like, no, we're just going to do the 50. We're going to have the other 50 come out next week while we try to figure out what we're doing with these guys here. Because I would like to get as most of those paid off and taken care of before we cruise into May. Um, I mean, that's really it, guys. Again, that's that payoff Amazon tan. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I don't. I mean, I am gonna have to go back and look at that again, but somehow or another, that $30 that I needed to pay turned into $5. So, again, I'm not complaining. There's no bills due on these days. I still need to look for Bert's insurance. Of course, this one's a 0. And then I got Netflix and Hulu. And yeah, and then that final payment for Gazelle. I always do an end of the month review. And that gets us into the month of May. Um, I have learned my lesson from whenever I was writing down the April goals. I'm going to wait until either the day before, probably the day before, Sunday, to figure out like what my focus card is, because you never know. Maybe I won't have that 50. Maybe Gazelle's gonna have to wait. Uh, Hopefully not. But to me, this way I get the like most accurate number, because again, we're supposed to be shooting for city for this month. So I mean, I would have my actual city payment, and then I'm hoping to break these down into the 50s, because that would be 100. I would have 150, 200, 250, 300, I think. Yeah, 50, 50, that's 100, that's 200 plus that. So, again, we're shooting to get city paid off, hopefully. And, of course, my daily goal. But, yeah, no, I think that's where we're going to leave it at, guys. It's hard to believe that we are actually going into May. I mean, like, I mean, this year is just cruising right along. I mean, we're going to be halfway through the year soon. So, that is what happened with my budget this week. Again, I'm just going to apologize for how long this video was. Normally, I speak really fast, and I don't got it in me. I don't got it in me today. So, I just want to thank you so much for watching, guys. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for sharing my budget journey with me. And if you liked what you saw, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe to see more budget reviews.